If a city asked you for one more penny every time you bought something, what would you need to hear before saying yes? In more, that question is sitting underneath a much bigger conversation about how a growing city pays for things people notice when they break, like roads, drainage, sewer upgrades, public buildings, and public safety. Because right now, a lot of the big ticket projects have traditionally been funded through general obligation bonds. The city's argument is this model is getting harder to sustain for a community of more than 65,000 people. So instead of relying so heavily on property tax-backed bonds, the city leaders have been making the case for a different approach. One that shifts more of the load onto spending inside of the city, including purchases made by people who don't even live there. And that part matters because Moore says more than 30% of its sales tax revenue comes from outside shoppers. In other words, the city isn't just asking the residents to carry the load alone. If approved, the city says the change would generate about $12 million a year. But here's where this story finally lands. On April 7th, Moore voters will decide whether to approve a permanent 1-cent sales tax increase, taking the total tax rate from 8.5% to 9.5%. So would you vote yes for a long-term city project if it meant paying more at checkout? Drop your opinion below or tag a friend that lives in Moore.